Good afternoon, students. This is G. Bhimaraju. So, in Saturday's class, we completed our syllabus of strength of materials for the final exam. That is 5th chapter and 6th chapter. So, 6th chapter last problem, cantilever beam subjected to combination of UDL and point load. So that is the last problem of the subject. And next from today onwards I am going to explain, I am going to revision on 5th chapter and 6th chapter. Today onwards I am going to revision on 5th chapter and 6th chapter. So why? Because from 5th chapter and 6th chapter carries more marks for you in your final exam. Nothing but almost number of questions given in final exam from the 5th chapter and 6th chapter only. So that's why I choose 5th chapter and 6th chapter for the revision. So today I am going to explain derivation on double integration method for simply supported beam. So these derivations are very important for your final exam. So let me see the question paper that is in last page of your textbook. That is semester end examination. So in part C questions, there is one double integration method, and this double integration method only derivation. He find only derivation. So derive a formula to calculate maximum slope for a simply supported beam with a concentrated load at the center using double integration method. So what is the concentrated load? What is the formula for maximum slope and maximum deflection for the concentrated load, that is a simply supported beam? So this is nothing but one of the derivation. So given as a 5 marks, given for 5 marks in part C. So these double integration method derivations are very important for your final exam. And let me see the another question, that is 15A. Derive a formula to calculate the maximum slope and deflection. So here only he calculate a slope, but you can better to calculate a deflection also for every question for a simply supported beam with a UDL W kilonewton per meter. So here is given as a point load and here is given as a UDL throughout the span using double integration method. So this is also can be done by using a double integration method. And next question, in this 15th question, that is B, this is also using by a double integration method, but here is a given a cantilever beam, here is a simply supported beam, and here is a simply supported beam. So today we are going to solution for this derivation, that is in part C and question number 13 and letter number B, 13B. So for this question, so let me write the question. Derive a formula. So you should practice more on these derivations. So these derivations are must is in your final question paper. So derive a formula to calculate maximum slope for a simply supported beam, SSB beam, with a concentrated load, at the center, So using double integration method. Okay, so today I am going to explain about this derivation for a simply supported beam carrying point load at center. So for this question, the diagram is a simply supported beam. So simply supported beam is nothing but a beam with having a two supports at its ends. So here one is the support left side, here one is the support right side. And next simply supported beam, so with a concentrated load at the center. So this is the concentrated load at the center, that is a W. So having a span length of L, so you can assume this span length L meters. And next this is a center point load. This is a concentrated load at center. So center load is nothing but this beam is also called as a symmetrically loaded beam. So for this symmetrically loaded beam, the given span length is can be divided into two parts. That is half span length from left side is L by 2 to the load, and another span length is L by 2 to the right support, and this is the end A, support A, assume as a support A. This is assume as a support B, and this is assume as a end C. Okay, for this symmetrically loaded beam, so the deflection shape is like this, hogging deflection. So hogging deflection is nothing but negative deflection. Downward deflection is nothing but negative deflection. So the deflection shape is like this. The slope at B equal to drawn from B one tangent line. That is the slope denoted letter I at B, and next the slope from A equal to draw a tangent line. So here it is a slope at A equal to IA. The maximum slope occurs for this beam at center only. So this center deflection is nothing but Y maximum or YC. Y maximum or YC. Here deflection is 0. Why? Because here having a support at left end. Here deflection is 0. Why? Because having a support at right side. So the maximum deflection occurs at center. That is nothing but on C. So this is W in kilonewtons. So this support carries this load half weight. That half weight is nothing but, if here given as a 10 kilonewtons, this support carries 5 kilonewtons and this support carries 5 kilonewtons. Why? Because this is a symmetrically loaded beam. Symmetrically loaded beam is nothing but a load can be divided equal weight on the supports. Equal weight on the supports is called as a symmetrically loaded beam. So that's why here it is formula is W by 2, that is RA equal to W by 2, and RB equal to also W by 2. Okay, I already told you that is a symmetrically supported beam. Symmetrically supported beam is nothing but a load can be divided equal weight on the supports. That is if here given a 30 kilonewtons, this support carries 15 kilonewtons and this support carries 15 kilonewtons. Okay, so 15 kilonewtons coming from formula 30 by 2. So 30 by 2 is nothing but 15 kilonewtons and 15 kilonewtons here and here. And next we are going to find a bending moments. So the bending moments is nothing but from A and from B. And next for the maximum slope, so maximum slope is nothing but I maximum equal to IA equal to enta, equal to how much. Next here it is a IA and here it is IB. If you assume a distance, maximum deflection distance from A, you first you can get IA value, and next if you assume maximum deflection distance from B, you can get first IB, then after symmetrical value is IA. So once again I will explain once again. These if you assume maximum deflection from A, first you can get IA and symmetrical value is IB, slope at B. If you assume maximum deflection from B as a X, so first you can get IB and symmetrical value is IA. So I can assume maximum deflection from A, so that is the as X, distance X. So you can assume this distance, after the point loads. If you assume from B, so here it is from X dash X to from B, but I can assume from A, that is the X dash X. So you can assume the distance after the loads and after the supports. So this is the after the support and after the load. This is the X dash X distance. Okay, you can assume like this, not before the load. Okay, you can assume this distance then after the load. So after the load is nothing but this is the load, that after the load. So this distance is nothing but a x distance. And next, so write as a consider simply supported span L carries a point load. Carries a point load W as shown in the figure, like this figure. And next, for these symmetrically loaded beam, the RA equal to and RB equal to, as you know already, W by 2. So consider x dash x at a distance x from B from A, the bending moment at the section. So this section, consider a section x dash x at a distance. What is the distance? X from where? From A. From A. So the formula is moment at x equal to so all moments coming from A to the x dash x. So here it is coming the one reaction and one is the point load. So this reaction distance is x, this point load distance is x minus L by 2. The remaining span length is, you can get remaining span length. And next, first for this question, the moment at x equal to, first the reaction is upward direction. So upward moment is nothing but plus, downward movement is nothing but minus. So these looks like a point load. So point load movement formula is force into distance. Force equal to W by 2, distance is x. Force into distance. And next, here it is a point load. Point load coming through the downward direction. Downward deflection is nothing but minus. And point load formula is moment formula is force into distance. So force equal to W into distance is this is the x and this is the L by 2. We required a distance from C to x dash x. For the distance of C to x dash x is nothing but so the formula is x minus L by 2. The total distance and L by 2. You can get the distance from C to x dash x. For the using this formula, that is x minus L by 2. So x minus L by 2. So this is the equation number 1. So you can write once again the equation number 1, that is x minus L by 2. Okay, this is the equation number 1. And next, for the question, the main differences between Maclaurin's method and double integration method. Only in double integration method, through the equation, you integrate that equation with multiple times. After integration the above equation, you can get a slope and a deflection. But in the Maclaurin's method, same, you integrating the above equation in multiple times, you can get a slope expression and deflection expression. But here you can get directly slope formula and deflection formula. Okay, so the differences between Maclaurin's method and double integration method. So this is the equation after you assume maximum deflection as a x and all moments to the x, that is the mx equal to, this is the equation. So after you can get this equation, you can integrating these values, but before integrating these value, you can substitute the differential equation. You already know, we know that from the formula, from the differential equation, that is mx equal to ei into d square y by dx square. From the differential equation, that is Euler's differential equation, that is ei equal to d square y by dx square. So substituting in equation number 1, you can get ei into d square y by dx square and w by 2 minus wx minus l by 2 is the equation. This is the also equation number 1. Equation number 1. So after getting this equation number 1, you can integrating the above equation with respect to x. So integrating the above equation. Integrating the above equation. This is the double integration method. So here it is a integration is the main important thing to do. So after integrating, you can get ei is the constant value. So d square y by dx square with respect to x dy by dx. Dy by dx equal to dy by dx equal to w by 2. So x is nothing but integrating x square by 2 minus w x minus l by 2 whole square by 2 plus c1. So c1 is the constant value. This is called as the equation number 2. So c1 is the constant. After you integrating the above equation, you can put a c1 constant value. After these integrating, so you can put c1x plus c2. And next after integrating, the equation looks like this. So this is called as a slope expression. Why? Because in the equation you can saw a dy by dx. So dy by dx is denoted letter for slope. And next where c1 equal to constant of integration. Here is a c1 you saw, that is constant of integration. That is a constant of integration. So after getting the constant of integration, c1 is constant of integration. So you know the c1 value. For the know the c1 value, you can apply boundary conditions for this equation. So the boundary conditions is, so the first boundary conditions is, we know the boundary conditions. We know the boundary conditions. That is, first boundary condition is x by l by 2, x equal to l by 2 and dy by dx equal to 0. So these two are the boundary conditions from cantilever beam end conditions for the simply supported beam carrying point load at center. And next these values substituting in equation number 2. In equation number 2. So we can get equation number 2. We can get that is x equal to l by 2 and dy by dx equal to 0. So from the equation dy by dx equal to 0, here dy by dx equal to 0. So dy by dx equal to 0, 0 into anything, total 0. And w by 2, so w by 2 into 2 4, x square is nothing but x equal to l by 2. So 0, that is w, that is w. So x is nothing but w by 4, and next w by 4, x square is nothing, x equal to nothing but l by 2. So l by 2 whole square, and next minus w, x is nothing but l by 2. So l by 2 minus l by 2 0. So 0 into anything, total 0. So this value after substitution of x equal to l by 2, you can get total value 0. So 0 plus c1 So 0 w l square by 2 into 2 4 16 plus c1. Okay, c1 equal to minus w l square by 16 is the constant value, constant of integration value. c1 equal to minus wl square by 16. After you get the c1 value, this c1 substituting in equation number 2. Substitute this c1 value in equation number 2. So substitute this c1 value in equation number 2. So in equation number 2, after substituting this value, you can get ei dy by dx equal to w x square by 4 so minus w by 2 x minus l by 2 whole square plus c1 here it is plus c1, so plus c1 is nothing but a minus wl square by 16 so this is equation number 3. So you can use this equation, you can find a slope at any point of the section. Okay, you can use this equation number 3, you can find a slope at any section of the cantilever beam, any section of the simply supported beam, and next after you find the slope at A